hello. Let me just get, we're doing true crime, and I just want to get an image up here, okay, guys? I'm going to put this. Up here for our first story tonight. This is in Alabama. 2 children were abducted, and that happened earlier this month of February 2025. They were found in Wyoming, and their parents were arrested. The children's ages were 9 and 5, and they were given to a family member in late January. After the Decatur Police Department said it received a report of child abuse and launched an investigation. On February 3rd, the children's mother, Leanna Varco, she went to that family member's home, took the children, and fled off, fled with the kids. 2 days later, police learned that she may have fled the state and that the children's stepfather, Zachary Varco, might be with them. Decatur police secured a an arrest warrant for the mother for interference of custody and a child abuse warrant for the stepfather. Alabama law enforcement agency issued an emergency missing child alert and sought the public's help in trying to find them. On February 6th, they learned that all 4 members of the family were in Cheyenne, Wyoming. The Varco's vehicle was found at a local hotel. They went there, arrested the parents on the outstanding warrants, and the kids were taken into protective custody. Now, the Varcos are now behind bars in Laramie County, and they are awaiting extradition back to Alabama. So, kids are safe, and parents are... Well, now we have another... I wonder if these Atlanta siblings... Let me just see if they have been found, because sometimes we get good news. Let's see. I don't think they've been found, so let us go back here. Hope these kids are found safe. These children are siblings, and they are missing from Atlanta, and the police are asking for the public's assistance in locating the brother and sister. They're 11 and 12. Callie Daniel is 11. Carmelo Daniel is 12. They were last seen on Saturday at 4 p.m. and they ran away from their home. Police believe the siblings left their Oakland City neighborhood and walked to a local MARTA train station. They're described as 5 feet tall, weighing 115 pounds. Callie was last seen wearing a white shirt and floral pants and a red headscarf. Carmelo was last seen in a black and red long-sleeve shirt with a skull print and dark pants. Anyone with information is urged to call 911. So let's hope they're found safe. Okay, and here's when you're misusing your career in law enforcement for nefarious things, right? And again, in Florida, where just so many things end up happening in Florida. So we have the police officer here who used the police database to stalk a girlfriend of his. Yeah. Jamaris Brown, 29 years old, was charged with stalking and unauthorized access of a computer system and network, and he is in jail on a $15,000 bail. He's been arrested for using a password-protected police database and cameras to stalk his former girlfriend. The Orange City officer was put on paid administrative leave in November when the allegations surfaced. He was put on notice that he would be fired on Friday if he didn't appeal, which he apparently did not do. Orange Beach Police asked the Volusian County Sheriff's Office to conduct an investigation after the city department received a formal stalking complaint. The woman She told detectives that her and Brown met in December of 2023. She dated him for about 10 months, but she ended the relationship when he became very controlling, and it escalated, his controllingness. She said he tried to distance her from her family members. He tried to control the amount of makeup she wore, and he demanded that she provide her location to him at all times. Probably had her on a 360, right? Okay, the charging affidavit says that Brown sat in his patrol vehicle outside the woman's workplace. She said she became suspicious that Brown was using license plate readers to track her when he showed an image of her driving through an intersection during a video chat. After they broke up, the woman said, whoa, I just lost my glasses. Hold on a moment. She struck up a friendship with another officer, and that officer went and told Brown, who told her that Brown had been spreading rumors that she was going to take her own life. That officer also said that he used a law enforcement database to track her. And then the woman said, hey, that's enough. I'm calling the freaking police. I'm the police. Anyway, she ultimately called the Volusia County Sheriff's Office when she felt like the Orange City Police were not moving on this case. And the affidavit says that Brown ran the license plate of her car, the ex-girlfriend's car, as well as the plates of her mother's car and her brother's car more than 100 times between April and November. In an interview during the investigation, he said he only did it 10 times. In an interview, he told them that as their relationship was breaking apart, the victim refused to share her location with him or tell him who she was with, so he started running her license plate. Come on, buddy. Get some help. He told the sheriff's office investigators, like I told my agency, it was dumb as hell on my end, emotions flowing and mine going. Okay. Officer Brown knowingly and intentionally accessed the password-protected computer systems, Flock and David police database, to run license plates of vehicles, frequently drove for her own personal reasons. The investigator wrote in the report, this was no work-related justifiable reason to do so other than to track the victim's whereabouts. It's not clear if Brown's been released on bail, but he's not listed in the online jail records. Okay. Let me get this over here. I'm going to just take a little teeny check on the chat, because let me take a little teeny check on the chat. All right, here we go. Let me get on live chat. Say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. There we go. Kevin Leonard, Gail B, One Eye Blind Art, you made it. Leslie B, thanks for coming in, everybody. L, Cassie. White Angel says he's an idiot because anytime the cops go to the police database system, they have their own individual officer ID number that they have to enter. I saw him looking up her info. Was captured. What an idiot, White Angel says. Tell us how you really feel. What an idiot, right? Well, yeah, he was silly. Like, he doesn't think he's going to get caught. He's a police officer, for crying out loud. Do you think he should know how he's going to get caught or not? Isn't that crazy? The information is logged into the computer system. Yep, absolutely. Well, yep. All right, let's see here. Was he an ex-cop? No, he was a cop. He was not an ex. Was his ex a cop? No. You're confused? He just was stalking his ex-girlfriend, but she wasn't a cop. He was running a license plate reader on her car, on her mother's car, and on her brother's car. Okay, on to the next story here. So, husband and wife here that you see on the screen are charged in the death of a Fort Campbell soldier that was found brutally stabbed to death last year. Sophia Rodas, 35, was charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence in the death of PFC Katia Aguilar, and Aguilar's husband, 40-year-old Ronaldo Salinas Cruz, was charged with tampering with evidence. Oh, wow. So she was charged with first-degree murder. Okay, what is she, the new girlfriend? And he's the husband of the Army soldier. Wow. Okay, the Clarksville Police Department, in collaboration with the Department of the Army Criminal Investigation Division, presented findings to the December 2024 session of the Montgomery County Grand Jury regarding the murder of a 23-year-old private first class Katia Duenas Aguilar. Aguilar was stationed in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and she was discovered deceased on May 18th of 2024 at a residence on Tiny Town Road in Clarksville, Tennessee. Her death was ruled a homicide. The investigation, involving numerous detectives and agents from CPD and Army CID, was led by Detective Hoffinga and Army CID Special Agent Geraldo Sarantino. The dedicated efforts culminated in the grand jury indicting two individuals. 35-year-old Sophia Rodas has been charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence, and 40-year-old Ronaldo Salinas Cruz, the husband of Katia Aguilar, has been charged with tampering with evidence. At this time of their indictment, both Rodas and Cruz were already in federal custody on unrelated charges not directly associated with the homicide investigation. They were extradited to Clarksville on February 7th, and they were served with their sealed indictments at the Montgomery County Jail. This case remains open and active and is now awaiting prosecution. No more details for public release at this time. Anyone with information or additional video footage is asked to please contact Detective Hoffinga at 931-648-0656, extension 5720. Wow. Okay. All right. All right, let me go to Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, in case you didn't know. Let's give them a little shout out there. All right. This woman reminds me of someone. Okay, so this woman was arrested for the murder of her son when police arrived to perform a welfare check. They said that the mother admitted to inflicting injuries that led to her son's death. A woman's welfare check on a client turned into a tragedy when she discovered a young boy deceased in the apartment with his mom and younger sister nowhere to be found. It's a devastating scenario. It unfolded in Fairbanks, Alaska, February 7th, Friday. Fairbanks Police Department said on a February 8th press conference, let's see what we got here. Press release. Fairbanks Police Department responded to the apartment of Heather Alexie, 36 years old, after receiving a call for service regarding a suspicious death. The caller told authorities that she had not heard from Heather, who was a client of hers, for quite some time, so she went to her apartment to check on her and her 2 children. And when she entered, police say the woman discovered a child deceased inside the apartment. Investigators determined that the child, who was later identified as Heather's 6-year-old son, Peter Alexie, had been a victim of homicide. Meanwhile, Heather, as well as her 5-year-old daughter, Renee Alexie, were not found at the scene and could not be located in the Fairbanks area. The Fairbanks Police Department officers tracked Heather's phone near Anchorage, and because of members of the public who responded to a missing person suspicious circumstances alert, police issued for the pair, pinpointed her exact location later that day. With help from the Anchorage Police Department, Heather and Renee were located by Saturday evening, and that was shared in a Facebook post, an update. While Heather participated in the homicide investigation into her son's death, she became a suspect. When interviewed by APD homicide detectives, she admitted to inflicting injuries that led to Peter's death before traveling to Anchorage with her daughter. She was subsequently arrested by the Anchorage Police Department for second-degree murder, and her daughter was taken into state custody. The 5-year-old is safe, according to police. Let's see here. Chief Ron Dupree shared a statement about the homicide on the department's February 8th press release, calling it incredibly tragic and heartbreaking, and said, and I quote, "The death of a child is always devastating, and our hearts go out to Peter's loved ones and everyone affected by this unimaginable loss. Cases like this weigh heavily on our officers, detectives, and the entire community. We want to assure the public that we are committed to seeking justice for Peter." The Fairbanks PD also said that despite the Fairbanks community wanting answers as soon as possible, this case is one of the times when law enforcement cannot immediately release details for several important reasons. We appreciate the public's patience and understanding as we work through these complex situations. Oh, that's sad. Okay, there was an active shooter incident. Wow. Okay, let's see what this is. I have not been watching the news. It looks like it's snowing there in Colorado. Packed family center. Active shooter incident at a packed family center in Colorado ends with police killing armed man and taking a woman into custody. 2 people were hospitalized after the incident at Main Event, a family fun center in Highlands Ranch. Police killed an armed man and took a woman into custody following an active shooter situation at a packed Colorado entertainment center that left 2 people hospitalized with injuries. Shooting occurred at Main Event in Highlands Ranch at 11:51 p.m. local time. So there's a press release. Let's see what that says. Press release from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. Said the incident occurred at 11:51 p.m. DCSO deputies responded to an active shooter call at Main Event, located at 64 Centennial Boulevard, Highlands Ranch, Colorado. First deputy on the scene encountered a male in the parking lot armed with a gun. Deputy gave him several commands to drop the weapon, which he failed to comply with. The male then turned towards the deputy, at which point the deputy fired his weapon and hit the male. Deputies attempted life-saving measures, but the male was pronounced dead shortly thereafter. Inside the business, deputies located a female victim with a gunshot wound, and she was transported to a local hospital and is expected to survive. The initial investigation identified a female as the shooter, and she has been taken into custody. Another female was transported due to a medical issue not life-threatening. Detectives are in the process of interviewing several witnesses. There is no threat to the public. Anyone with additional information should call the non-emergency number at 303-660-7500, and Sheriff Weekly will be giving a media briefing at 5 a.m. at the media staging area. Okay. There's a father and his girlfriend. They've been sentenced to 3 decades in prison after tying his daughter, who was 15, to a tree for over 24 hours. The teenager gave a victim's impact statement at the couple's sentencing that displayed maturity and composure beyond her years, and that is a quote from the district attorney. Texas' dad and his girlfriend will spend decades in prison for tying his 15-year-old daughter to a tree in Oklahoma last summer. On Wednesday, February 5th, Johnny James, 41, and Kayla Clark, 42, were sentenced to 35 and 30 years respectively, for various child abuse and neglect charges, according to reports from Oklahoma media outlets. Neither James nor Clark will be eligible for parole until they have completed 85% of their sentences. The pair were arrested and charged in July when, as they were visiting relatives in Vera, Oklahoma, authorities were informed of a teenager who had allegedly been strapped to a tree. The teen was discovered after a woman saw her tied up while driving by the area. The woman told the 911 operator the girl had been tied up, potentially for days, had visible injuries including a hole on her leg and lesions on her arm. She also appeared malnourished and suffered scarring on both of her wrists and legs that were consistent with rope burns. Who are these people? When officers arrived on scene, they allegedly found the teen sitting on a piece of carpet she had been given to sleep on. Police said at the time, following an investigation, they determined that James had allegedly tied her up to a tree on the family's property for over 24 hours using a ratchet strap. The teen was taken to a local hospital for treatment of injuries at the time. James told authorities that he had tied the girl to a tree to punish her, telling police the child has problems urinating and defecating while indoors, and if she was outdoors, there would not be any mess. Oh my gosh. Police say last summer, investigators, however, believe he tied her to the tree to punish her for wanting to live with her mother. Clark, who had lived with both James and his daughter for multiple years, initially denied knowledge of the abuse despite the girl being bound in plain sight. She told authorities that she knew the girl was tied up, but she was frazzled, so she didn't report the boyfriend's actions to police. According to the Washington County District Attorney Will Drake, James and Clark's sentencing appropriately reflected the severity of the abuse they inflicted. Drake also said that because the couple pled guilty, James's daughter did not have to relive her trauma by testifying, but she delivered a victim's impact statement at the sentencing that displayed maturity and composure beyond her years. This investigation and the conclusion of the cases were the result of a group effort between multiple agencies working together for the best interests of the children involved and to hold these perpetrators accountable for their actions, said the district attorney. Let's see. The DHS took custody of both the teen and the other children who were found in the Oklahoma residence last summer. I believe I remember reporting on this. Police reported at this time. Wow. Okay, what is this now? Actor Callum Kerr and his family speak out after the brutal murders of his mother and her stepfather in France. The Virgin River star shared a family statement on Instagram on Saturday, February 8th. Scottish actor Callum Kerr is speaking out after the brutal slayings of his mother and stepfather. He's 30 years old. He says he speaks for several members of the couple's family, and I quote, "At this time, Callum Kerr and Amanda Kerr are grieving the loss of their mother, Dawn Cyril Nee Smith Kerr, while Tom Cyril and Ella Cyril are mourning the loss of their father, Andrew Cyril." The statement said, "No family member is available for media interviews or comments, and we kindly request that their privacy be respected during this difficult period." They added, "We will provide updates when appropriate. Thank you for your understanding." Neighbors said that Dawn was found naked outside of her home and had sustained head injuries, and they also said that pieces of her jewelry were found strewn around her body. Callum, who sings country music but is best known for his roles in Virgin River and Monarch, walked his mother down the aisle at her wedding to Andrew in 2023. And he did that wearing a kilt. He shared a photo of the moment on Instagram, saying, "Not many people can say they walked their own mother down the aisle. What a pleasure. I love you, Mum. Congratulations to Dawn and Andy on their wonderful wedding day, and here's to a tremendous life together for the happy couple." Andrew was a retired fraud investigator, and Dawn had previously worked in project management. The couple had reportedly retired to France about 10 years earlier. Wow. Okay, here's another complete overreaction to something. 19-year-old son charged with manslaughter for allegedly killing his father after a heated argument about a plate of food. The father sustained 3 broken ribs and a lacerated spleen, which caused internal bleeding and his death. The 19-year-old man, of course from Florida, is facing manslaughter charge for allegedly killing his father after they got into an argument about food. According to the arrest affidavit, people in Melbourne, which is located 70 miles southeast of Orlando, received a call on Sunday, January 19th, about a man who was unresponsive after getting into a fight with his son at home. The affidavit says that medics were first called to the home at around 10 p.m. local time after Julian Welch Badeau and his father's fiancée found the dad, 45-year-old Francis Welch, turning yellow, pale, and unresponsive. The Melbourne Police Department wrote that Welch Badeau told medics at the scene that he and his father got into a physical altercation that started out as a heated discussion about food and eating. Julian Welch Badeau stated he was making a plate of food when Francis Welch got up from the couch and told him that he didn't deserve to have it because he wasn't working. Julian Welch Badeau stated he made himself a plate anyway, and as he was walking away towards his bedroom, his father pushed him. Police wrote that Welch Badeau said he then put his father in a headlock and punched him on the left side of his ribs 2 to 3 times. The 2 men ended up on the floor, and Welch's fiancée eventually broke up the fight. Julian Welch Badeau stated he released Francis Welch after a few seconds when saying he was fine. The police affidavit said that approximately 5 minutes passed after the altercation when he heard his father's fiancée screaming, "This isn't a joke!" And she walked out into the living room and saw Welch on the couch. He walked out into the living room and saw Welch on the couch with his head back and unresponsive. According to the police statements, he was taken to a nearby hospital via an ambulance and later died. On January 20th around 1 a.m., Chief Medical Examiner of Brevard County found that Welch sustained 3 broken ribs and a lacerated spleen that caused internal bleeding and his death. The injuries were due to blunt impact injuries. Investigators also discovered via lab work done at the hospital that Welch had a .391 blood alcohol content at the time of his death. Police wrote in the affidavit that Welch Bedell was sober at the time of their fight. The teen was charged with manslaughter and pled not guilty on February 6th, and his bond was set at $50,000 on the condition that he did not have any contact with his dad's relatives. He is next set to appear in court on March 25th. Okay, there was something else I wanted to do, now I don't know what it was. Alright, let me see where you guys are. Okay, here we go. That was cruel, Gelb, he says. Yeah, what a mess. Okay, so I was going to go and look a little bit, see what's going on with Megan Boswell. About sometimes there's certain things that come up. Okay, so I have to get to here. Okay, Megan Boswell. No, here we go. So here's some of the stuff. Let's look. This was some of the aluminum foil that was shown in court. Stroller. This was a photo that the babysitter took. See if there's anything else that's interesting. Okay. Oh, here's something. She lied that because she thought it would get her out of the lie detector test. There was never another baby. Okay. So there was never another baby. All we need to know is whose fingerprints are on the foil. Somebody said, okay. Alright, there's Baby Evelyn. So 8:30 in the morning, that is going to happen again, and alright, let me see where we have. This right here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with your chats. Okay, so let's, I am like exhausted and I've got to go out really early in the morning. I have something I have to do very early in the morning. And so I'm going to do the word cookies and call it a night. Maybe I'll check in from the road or something. I'll see what I can do on that. But my eyes are closing and I'm tired and I have to take care of myself, you know? I have to take care of myself, gosh darn it. Okay, let's do the daily puzzle. I have one puzzle where that's not been on. Oh, you got it the same time I did, Kevin. Isn't that special? Isn't that special? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. What is this one? Yeah, you can do. I can do a movie tonight. It's gonna be fast. Oh, that's what I wanted to look up. Hold on a minute. That. Thank you for reminding me. There was something I wanted to look up. Remind me. Remind me. Gosh, what case was it? I just saw it. Oh, Jody Hildebrandt. Something. There's supposed to be a documentary or something. Just. Let's see. Hi, Marianne. How are you? Praying for you guys, Marianne, praying for you and your son and family. Why can't we get this? What is this now? Oh my goodness, what is this? Does anybody know this? I got it. No, I need a G. I need a G. G. Come on, Gigi. Gird. Okay, Kevin. Let's hope that's it, because no, there's no D. Okay. Sorry, that was an overreaction. Coney? No. Let me see again. Genie? Uh-oh. Nope. There we go. All right. Thank you, Kevin. All righty. All right. Now let me look at that documentary thing that I just saw, okay? Jody Hildebrandt. We got a documentary on you, girlfriend. Okay, so documentary goes inside the child abuser Jody Hildebrandt's shocking methods of control, and this is going to be on the ID, the curious case of. Oh, shite. It premieres tomorrow. It says February 10th. Oh, wait a minute. See? It is February 10th, but it doesn't start until 10 Eastern. Yikes, I want to watch that. So that'll be tomorrow. Dang it. Let's see what else is on tonight. Let's see. New true crime documentaries. Let's see what's up there. The best. No, we want to new. Let's see what we have. So we have From the murder of Gabby Petito to the Rust tragedy, many true crime documentaries. Let's see what we've got. Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action on Netflix. We have Scamanda on Hulu. Scamanda is about the case of Amanda Riley. She pretended to have a blood cancer while she was profiting from fake fundraising efforts. That just got on there on, they have a new one, American Murder. That's not going to show until, I think it's the same one as the Chris Watts that the Rusaks worked on. Petito's loved ones speak out about the final months before her 2021 death, which her partner Laundrie confessed to after dying by taking his own life. The travel vlogger's journals, texts, and footage will be used to offer her side of the story, just like they did with Shanann Watts. Rusak, right? Okay, let's lose that. That's February 17th. Okay. Matthew Perry, A Hollywood Tragedy on Peacock. When does that come out? That's February 25th. Devil in the Family. Oh, here's another one. They're really doing the Ruby Frankie story. Hold on, because there was a Lifetime, but this one, hold on a second. I got to get something. One moment. One moment, please. Okay. Sorry about that. Devil in the Family. Former YouTube star Ruby Frankie and her former business partner Jodi Hildebrandt received prison sentences after pleading guilty to 4 counts of aggravated child abuse in 2023. Devil in the Family is a 3-part documentary offering more background to the case. That's February 27th. So that sucks. Chaos, the Manson murders. March 7th. Then Last Take, Rust and the Story of Helena on Hulu. That is March 11th. Gone Girls, the Long Island serial killer. That is going to be, doesn't tell us, maybe it's already on there, I don't know. All right, so we're stuck on that. Doesn't look like anything good there. Now, starting tomorrow, we can see some of, let's see what's American Manhunt. Is that new? Hold on. O.J. Simpson. Beware of the Slender Man. Burden of Proof. Capturing the Freedmans. Crazy Not Insane. We saw that. That's Dorothy. For some reason we watched her because Crazy Not Insane, she specializes in the study of murder psychology, and she was on a case, and that's how we got to watch her. Yeah. Here's one, Going Clear. Scientology is notoriously litigious, but that doesn't stop the documentarian Alex Gilney from going after the church in the 2015 film Going Clear, Scientology and the Prison of Belief, a critically lauded exploration of the organization's formation, the history of creator L. Ron Hubbard, and the church's recruitment and retention of celebrities. The film interviews key ex-members who describe some of the most abusive and exploitative practices in vivid detail. I wonder if I saw this. I watched that on Max. Hillsong, a megachurch exposed. I'll Be Gone in the Dark. The Jinx, we've already seen, that's good. Last Call, When a Serial Killer. Let's see, Love is One, The Cult of Mother God. I think we watched that too. Mommy Dead and Dearest, Murder in Boston. Yeah, we've seen all that. The Mystery of D.B. Cooper. Something Wrong with Aunt Diane, The Vow, seen all that. The Way, Down, God, Greed, and the Cult of Gwen Shamblin. I don't know. We have to see what's going on, but let me see where you guys are. I know you're tired, Carolyn, but the last post about that girl pretending to be a nurse sickened me. Wait. I know you're tired, Carolyn, but the last post about that girl pretending to be a nurse sickened me. I'm trying to see what you're talking about. NV. Never mind. What? I'm lost. I don't see anything deleted. I don't see anything deleted. It's just me. Nothing. I don't see anything. Okay, I'm gonna hold on a moment, okay? Hold on a minute. I will be putting the numbers for the members movie night. So if you're a member, you want to come to the movie, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. I'm going to be putting it in right after this, so come on down. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers, and we'll see you. I posted it again. Not sure. It may have a word that is not able to be. There's some words that are flagged. But you can send me an email if you want, okay? All right, but I love you guys. God bless. Prayers, and we'll see you very soon. And if you're a member of Patreon, come into the Zoom for a movie night. Good night.